tomorrow night we will read the creation story, in which by his all-powerful word, God crafts the cosmos. On day 6, he declares, "Let us make man," and creates humanity in God's image. All is very good. As Genesis goes on, we hear of God fashioning man and woman in a garden. Today, day 6 of the Great Week, we hear Pilate bring out Jesus crowned with thorns and say, "Behold the man." He confronts us with ways we spoil God's handiwork: betrayal, sacrificing the innocent to political pragmatics, gratuitous cruelty, the kind of thing we have been seeing in the news. Please God, we taking part in this liturgy are not guilty of atrocities, but we are part of a humanity that is. In one go, we are shocked by what has happened to humanity and are overwhelmed by the remedy. For Jesus is the divine word. None other than God has entered into solidarity with those who are betrayed, sacrificed, abused, refused hospitality and care, with those oppressed by disease, sorrow, famine, and death. He draws us to share his solidarity, asks our mercy, invites us to join Mary, the new Eve, in compassion. Just before his passion, Jesus said, "Now is the judgment of this world." His passion shows up the world's sin, shows up what humanity does to humanity, does to God. God's verdict is, "I forgive you." Jesus' passion is the all-powerful word of forgiveness, a proactive, demanding forgiveness that doesn't ignore evil, but overcomes it. Yesterday evening, entering into his passion, Jesus gave us his blood of the covenant. His passion is the covenant, God's ultimate pledge of loyalty to his handiwork, whatever we throw at him. A pledge powerful to draw people into God's loyalty. A gesture so eloquent, it's the channel of the coming of the Holy Spirit, God's personal love, the living water who cleanses and refreshes. We will soon unveil the cross, which symbolizes the one crucified. This ritual says that in Jesus' passion, God was unveiled before our eyes. God the Father shows us his face through the face of his Son, who is his word, his self-expression. And it's a face of fierce loyalty and overwhelming love. So the Holy Spirit, who is grace and truth, divine mercy and loyalty, overflows to us to embrace us. John tells us Jesus' passion began and ended in a garden. For this day, the all-powerful Word undertook the hard travail of refashioning the spoilt handiwork of day 6 and bringing restored humanity to birth. In the creation story, God rests on day 7, but we aren't there told that day 7 ends. Tonight, God takes his Sabbath rest in the tomb. With this rest from God's hard work, day 7 at last ends. On the day after the Sabbath, the all-powerful word of new creation will speak, saying, "Let my people, restored by my love, be free from all that spoils and oppresses them, and enjoy the divine life for which I made them."